Have you ever noticed that immediate calm, that surge of just pure, uncomplicated joy that kind of washes over you the moment you see your pet, especially after a really long or challenging day?
Oh, definitely.
Or maybe you've just, seen it from afar, noticed how many people have animal companions. You see dogs trotting alongside their owners in the park, or maybe the serene cats just sunbathing in windows.
Yeah, or hear the birds chirping from balconies. It's everywhere.
Exactly. It's more than just a fleeting feeling, isn't it? There's this, undeniable lift in your spirits just by being around them, almost like a quiet kind of magic.
Well, that intuition you're describing, that sense that these creatures offer something really vital, it's actually being increasingly supported by some pretty compelling, rigorous scientific evidence now.
Ah, okay. So it's not just us projecting feelings onto them.
Not at all. We're way beyond just thinking of pets as, nice to have companions.
Yeah.
The data is strongly suggesting they're actually integral to our overall well-being, and they have a particularly profound impact on our mental health.
And that's exactly the connection we want to really dive deep into today. Welcome, everyone, to the deep dive.
Glad to be here.
So, our mission for this session is to meticulously unpack a really fascinating stack of sources. We'll be drawing insights from the American Heart Association, the American Pet Products Association, HABRI, that's the Human Animal Bond Research Institute, and the National Institutes of Health, the NIH.
Some heavy hitters in the research world.
Definitely. And we'll also weave in some really insightful observations from a source called dogwithblog.in, just to get a well-rounded perspective.
Good idea.
Our goal here is to really extract the most important nuggets of knowledge, to truly understand how our furry or scaled or even feathered friends contribute so powerfully to our mental well-being. We want to explore the, frankly, surprising science behind it all and look
Yeah.
at how society is, well, increasingly recognizing this vital connection.
Yeah, get ready to discover your pet's perhaps understated but undeniably potent superpower.
I love that superpower.
It really is a rich and evolving area of study. And the breadth of research available from these sources, it paints an incredibly clear and compelling picture of this human-animal bond.
Okay, so let's start at the foundation. Just the sheer prevalence of pets in our lives. I mean, it's not just a niche interest, is it?
Not even close.
We're talking millions upon millions of people around the globe who don't just own pets, they genuinely love them. They see them as integral parts of their families. The American Heart Association, for instance, really highlights how deeply ingrained these animal companions are in just our daily existence.
Right.
And we get such simple yet profound joys from their companionship, whether it's, the routine of going for a walk, which gets you out of the house.
Definitely. Or the playful antics like a game of fetch.
Or even just the quiet comfort, maybe talking to them or singing to them, I know people do.
Yeah.
Or just having them nearby. These little moments, they add up, don't they? They enrich our daily lives in ways that are honestly hard to measure.
Absolutely. And what's truly fascinating here is how that widespread appeal, that almost universal intuitive connection we feel, it's now being rigorously validated by solid scientific research. It's confirming what so many pet owners have genuinely felt all along.
Right, it's not just a feeling anymore.
Exactly. The Human Animal Bond Research Institute, ABRI, you mentioned them, they're a leading organization right at the forefront exploring this intricate connection. Their work strongly asserts that attachment to pets isn't just emotionally beneficial, it's tangibly good for human health.
Tangibly good. How so?
But even helps build stronger, more cohesive communities, believe it or not.
Hmm.
HABRI has been instrumental in advocating for this recognition. They're pushing pets beyond that just nice-to-have label
Yeah,
to being seen as absolutely integral to overall health, particularly mental health.
yeah.
It's a significant shift in perception, moving the human-animal bond from, anecdotal warmth to actual scientific validity.
And it's not just independent institutes pushing this understanding, right? You mentioned the NIH.
That's right. There's a major public-private partnership involved, which really underscores the serious scientific interest here and the long-term commitment to understanding these effects.
Mm.
Since way back in 2008, the National Institutes of Health, the NIH, has been a key player.
Wow, since 2008, that's quite a while.
It is. They partnered with the Mars Corporation's Waltham Center for Pet Nutrition, and this collaboration has been consistently funding extensive studies on what they call human-animal interaction, or HAI.
AJI. Okay.
Their initial focus was quite broad, actually, looking into areas like child development, general health metrics, and critically, the therapeutic use of animals in various medical and psychological contexts. The sheer longevity and scale of this partnership, it really speaks volumes about the recognized importance of this field.
Yeah, it really does. When you connect that to the bigger picture, this kind of sustained, large-scale research effort, pooling resources and expertise, it lends immense credibility to the whole concept of the pet effect, as some call it.
Exactly. It elevates our understanding beyond just stories and anecdotes. It allows us to delve deep into the underlying neurochemical and physiological boosts that happen when we genuinely interact with our pets. It's powerful validation.
Okay, so let's peel back those layers then. Let's really unpack what actually happens inside our bodies, like chemically, the moment we interact with our pets. It's clearly more than just a fleeting, warm feeling.
Right, more.
So take the simple act of petting a dog or a cat, just that physical touch. What's going on?
Well, that simple tactile interaction triggers a rapid release of oxytocin.
Oxytocin. Now, for listeners who might not be familiar, that's often called the cuddle hormone or the love hormone, right?
Precisely.
Hmm.
Because it plays a crucial role in social bonding, trust, empathy. When this hormone surges, it fosters a deep sense of connection, not just with other humans, but profoundly with our animal companions, too. It's like a built-in biological mechanism for forging these strong, comforting bonds.
Wow. Okay, so more oxytocin. What else?
Simultaneously, it's not just about what gets released. It's equally about what gets reduced. Levels of cortisol, which is our body's primary stress hormone, significantly decrease during these interactions.
Cortisol. The bad guy, stress-wise.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Cortisol is the chemical messenger that primes us for fight or flight, right? It escalates our heart rate, blood pressure, overall tension. So by actively reducing cortisol, interacting with a pet provides this powerful, almost immediate biochemical intervention. It helps disarm your body's stress response and promotes a state of calm.
So it's a double whammy, boosting the good stuff, reducing the bad stuff.
Exactly. Increasing feel-good chemicals while actively diminishing stress.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Beyond those immediate hormonal shifts, this interaction actually impacts our brain chemistry in a much broader, more profound way, doesn't it?
It does. Studies have unequivocally shown that levels of dopamine and serotonin are significantly raised.
Okay, dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitters.
Right. Think of dopamine as your brain's reward signal. It drives motivation, pleasure, that sense of accomplishment. Serotonin, on the other hand, is often dubbed the mood stabilizer. It keeps you feeling balanced, content, generally well-regulated.
Okay.
But it doesn't stop there. Prolactin, a hormone often associated with nurturing and caregiving, also increases. This creates this really positive feedback loop, enhancing those feelings of bonding and well-being for both the person and their pet. It's genuinely a symbiotic relationship at a chemical level.
That's incredible. It benefits the pet, too.
Absolutely. And what's truly fascinating here is that the benefits extend well beyond just mood elevation. These physiological changes manifest in tangible, measurable health improvements.
Like what?
For instance, consistent interactions with pets are directly linked to lower heart rates and significantly reduced blood pressure.
Okay, that's huge for cardiovascular health.
It is. And this effect is particularly noticeable, particularly potent in anxiety-inducing scenarios. A pet's calming presence can serve as a powerful buffer. Research from the University of Maryland, for example, and this finding is robustly supported by Habry, explicitly highlights that pets can substantially improve heart health simply by consistently reducing stress and blood pressure in their owners.
Wow. And talk about a truly surprising fact. I read in the sources something that really challenges our conventional understanding of healing.
Go on.
There's compelling research indicating that people actually had a better chance of recovering from a heart attack if they had the consistent companionship of a cat, a feline friend, compared to those who didn't.
Yes. That specific finding about cats and heart attack recovery is quite remarkable.
Think about that for a moment. It's a significant statistic. It implies that beyond mere emotional comfort, pets are actively participating in physiological healing somehow. Maybe influencing recovery pathways in ways we're only just beginning to understand. It really begs the question, doesn't it? What profound mechanisms are at play here?
That statistic isn't just compelling. It truly emphasizes that the human-animal bond isn't solely about emotional comfort or a pleasant distraction. It's about measurable physiological benefits that demonstrably contribute to overall health and recovery from significant medical events.
Right.
Which naturally leads us to the broad spectrum of mental health improvements that pets facilitate. Across the board, research consistently shows they significantly reduce stress, anxiety, and depression.
Okay, the big three.
Yep. Furthermore, they are powerful antidotes to feelings of loneliness. They actively encourage physical activity, which, as we know, is itself a significant mental health booster, and generally improve overall health.
And this isn't just a general vague feeling of well-being, is it? Hubbury's research specifically highlights that people with pets consistently report higher levels of life satisfaction, a stronger sense of emotional well-being.
That's right. And moreover, for a specific demographic, adults over 50 years, a comprehensive survey on healthy aging revealed some really compelling top benefits of pet ownership.
What did they find for that group?
Well, the top benefits included experiencing less stress, cultivating a better sense of purpose in daily life,
Purpose. Yeah, that makes sense.
fostering more social connection, receiving direct help coping with both physical and emotional pain.
Wow. Physical pain, too.
Yes, feeling profoundly loved, and simply being able to enjoy life more fully. That's an incredibly powerful and comprehensive list of positives. It demonstrates a truly holistic impact.
It really does. These are undeniably significant benefits, especially when you think about the larger societal challenges like the loneliness epidemic we keep hearing about.
Absolutely, or the increasing burden of mental health issues across populations.
Yeah.
In this context, pets play an absolutely critical and I think often overlooked role in addressing these widespread concerns.
And if we really connect this to the bigger picture,
Hmm.
loneliness, it was a huge issue before the pandemic, wasn't it? The U.S. Surgeon General called it an epidemic. Something like 1 in 5 Americans reporting a profound lack of deep connection.
It's staggering. And it's not just a feeling, it's a serious public health concern. It impacts physical and mental health across all age groups.
So where do pets fit into combating this?
Well, they offer a powerful, immediate, and surprisingly effective antidote. Research from Haybry and Mars Pet Care indicates that a remarkable 80% of pet parents surveyed consistently turn to their pets for comfort when they feel lonely.
80%, that's huge.
It's an astonishingly high number. It powerfully illustrates how pets fill a critical emotional void for millions, providing unwavering companionship and a sense of belonging. They act as these constant, non-judgmental presences in our lives.
And it's not just about alleviating personal loneliness, right? Pets are also fantastic social catalysts.
Exactly, or as dogwithblog.in very aptly put it, they can be excellent wingmen.
Ah, I like that.
They organically spark conversations in parks, at cafes, even on online forums or social media groups dedicated to pet owners. More than half, specifically 54% of pet-owning respondents, confirmed that their pet actively helps them connect with other people.
That makes total sense. You see someone with a cute dog, you stop and chat.
It's such an organic, almost effortless way to break down social barriers and initiate human interaction. And it often leads to new friendships and connections.
And this social connection extends even further, fostering broader community building. You mentioned that earlier.
Yes, a significant 72% of respondents strongly believed that human-animal interaction is inherently good for their community. And this isn't just a feeling. It's backed by a study spanning multiple cities in the U.S. and Australia.
What did that study find?
It found a direct and compelling connection between pet ownership and stronger social bonds within communities. Now, maybe unsurprisingly, dog parents reported the most extensive social interaction.
Because they're out walking more, presumably?
Likely, yes. But even 27% of people with other types of pets, cats, birds, you name it, actively met neighbors through their animals. These interactions often started with simple chats over fences or during walks, and in many cases they blossomed into genuine social gatherings and lasting relationships.
It's incredible how a shared love for an animal can just facilitate that kind of organic human connection and community feeling.
It really is.
And this positive influence isn't just confined to our personal lives or neighborhoods. The modern workplace is another critical area where pets are making a really tangible difference.
Oh, definitely. And work-related stress, unfortunately, is such a huge and pervasive problem today. An alarming 2 out of 3 employees report feeling stressed by work.
2 out of 3. That's terrible.
And even more concerning, 40% state that their job actively impedes their overall health. That underscores a significant well-being crisis in professional environments.
So how do pets help in the workplace?
Well, the accumulating evidence strongly suggests that the presence of pets in the workplace directly helps to mitigate this stress, while simultaneously improving employee satisfaction and engagement.
Okay, less stress, more satisfaction. That makes sense. But what about productivity? Some might argue pets are a distraction.
That's the counterintuitive part. What's truly fascinating here is how pets can actually boost productivity. Consider this. When a dog joins a virtual meeting, which happens all the time now, right?
All the time. My dog's made several appearances.
Right. Well, group members actually rank their teammates higher on key metrics like trust, team cohesion, and camaraderie after a dog joins.
Seriously, just having a dog on the screen does that.
Apparently so. This isn't just about feeling good or being entertained. It translates directly into better teamwork, more collaborative environments, and ultimately more effective outcomes for the organization.
That's absolutely incredible. So it's not just about the dog being cute. It's about measurable improvements in team dynamics.
Precisely. And companies like Chewy, the pet supply giant, they're already leading the way in embracing furry coworkers. It really does feel like a pet revolution is underway, with animals increasingly welcomed and integrated into the places we live, work, and play.
And this shift has only accelerated since the pandemic, hasn't it?
Dramatically. A recent poll revealed that a substantial 72% of C-suite executives now anticipate more pet-friendly workplaces emerging after the COVID era. And 60% of companies are planning to be more flexible regarding pets in the office.
Wow, so this isn't just a minor perk anymore.
Not at all. It's a strategic and intentional move for employers looking to attract, retain, and crucially, foster the well-being of top talent in a very competitive landscape. It speaks to a deeper, more enlightened understanding of employee well-being as a true business imperative.
Okay, so beyond the social and workplace benefits, pets also uniquely foster healthy habits
Right.
and encourage mindfulness. That seems important too.
Absolutely. It goes well beyond simply needing to walk the dog or feed the cat, though those are important routines.
Right.
Pets provide a crucial, undeniable, and consistent reason to get outside, breathe fresh air, and engage in physical activity. And as we know, regular outdoor activity is universally proven to significantly improve your mood, enhance sleep quality, and bolster overall mental health.
Gets you off the couch.
Exactly. But it also encourages a different, often overlooked kind of exercise, mindfulness.
Mindfulness. How so?
Well, pets inherently encourage us to be right here, right now, completely immersed in the present moment. Have you ever just watched a cat need a blanket? That intense focus, the rhythmic purr,
Yeah, it's almost hypnotic.
or watching a dog chase a butterfly across a field with just unbridled pure joy. They instinctively draw your attention away from dwelling on past regrets or worrying about future anxieties. They live in the now,
That's so true.
and their presence serves as this gentle, constant reminder for us to do the same. It fosters a profound sense of calm and presence. It's like a natural daily lesson in mindfulness, just by observing their uncomplicated engagement with the world.
I love that framing, a daily lesson in mindfulness. And beyond those moments, there's the routine itself, the daily responsibility of feeding, walking, grooming, just caring for them. That provides structure, doesn't it?
A vital and often desperately needed sense of structure and routine. For many people, especially those living alone or maybe navigating grief or working remotely where days can blend together, this structured routine can be an enormous source of purpose and emotional grounding.
Yeah, something you have to do regardless of how you feel.
Exactly. It's a non-negotiable commitment that provides consistency and predictability when other parts of life might feel uncertain or chaotic. It offers a steady anchor in a sometimes tumultuous world.
That sense of purpose, the routine, the mindfulness, it all contributes to managing stress and anxiety, I imagine.
Significantly, as the American Heart Association specifically highlights, these are key mental health benefits that extend across various demographics and life circumstances. The structured interaction brings a stabilizing influence.
It's crystal clear that pets are powerful allies for general mental well-being, but the evidence also shows they're playing an increasingly vital and formally recognized role as therapeutic allies, like in clinical mental health treatment.
Yes, and this marks a truly significant trend. Get this. More than 1 in 5 U.S. pet owners surveyed have had the presence of a pet recommended by a doctor or a therapist.
1 in 5, recommended by a professional.
Yes, that is a huge, frankly monumental shift in professional acknowledgement. It indicates a growing and official recognition by mental health professionals that pets aren't just comforting. They are legitimate and important sources of social and emotional support, increasingly integrated into actual treatment plans.
Wow, so this raises an important question. How exactly do pets translate this general support into helping manage specific clinical mental health conditions, like PTSD or depression?
Well, research clearly demonstrates that pets can profoundly help manage symptoms associated with complex conditions like PTSD, chronic depression, and various mood disorders.
How? What's the mechanism there?
Primarily by providing an unwavering sense of purpose and a profound, consistent companionship that often feels safer and less judgmental than human interactions can sometimes be.
Unconditional love, basically.
Pretty much. And critically, studies show they lead to observable short-term reductions in feelings of depression and significant decreases in dissociation, which is a key and challenging clinical symptom for many.
And for individuals diagnosed with long-term mental health challenges.
Pets offer a continuous and unwavering source of emotional and social support. They are a constant presence. They help these individuals develop a deep sense of security, establish those essential routines we talked about, and provide invaluable stability during times of particular vulnerability or heightened symptoms. In essence, pets often become a crucial, non-negotiable anchor in their lives, offering predictability and unconditional acceptance.
A prime example of this must be psychiatric service dogs for veterans with PTSD, right?
An incredibly powerful and impactful example, yes. And these aren't simply pets. They are highly specialized, rigorously trained companions who provide critical, often life-changing support.
What kind of specific support do they offer?
They offer enhanced environmental awareness, helping the veteran feel safer in public spaces. They provide a constant calming presence to help regulate emotions. And they can even intervene during debilitating panic attacks or night terrors.
Intervene how?
By providing a physical anchor, like leaning against the person or licking their face, helping to ground them, offering a vital sense of safety that can literally pull a veteran back from the brink of a flashback or nightmare.
The impact on veterans must be huge.
It's truly remarkable and far-reaching. Studies consistently reveal significant improvements across multiple quality-of-life indicators. Things like improved sleep, which is often severely disrupted in PTSD.
Right.
Stronger family connections, likely due to reduced anxiety and improved mood, smoother reintegration into communities, and even demonstrably higher employment rates for veterans who are paired with these service dogs.
Wow. Higher employment rates, too. It shows a truly holistic improvement across practically every aspect of their lives, transforming daily existence.
It really does. Which naturally raises another important question, one that many parents and caregivers might have. How specifically do animals help children, especially those with unique developmental or health challenges?
Yeah, that's an area where the research provides some really compelling, specific insights.
It really does. Take children with ADHD, for instance. One remarkable study found that children diagnosed with ADHD who regularly read aloud to a therapy dog just once a week for about 30 minutes showed significantly better social skills afterwards.
Better social skills just from reading to a dog.
Yes, they exhibited more sharing, increased cooperation, a greater willingness to volunteer, and a measurable reduction in disruptive behavioral problems, especially when compared to a control group who read to puppets instead.
Puppets. So the dog itself made the difference.
It seems so. The simple, non-judgmental, and patient presence of the dog made a profound, measurable difference in their social-emotional development.
That's amazing. What about kids with autism spectrum disorder?
Another illuminating study there. It found that children with autism were consistently calmer, and their anxiety levels dropped significantly when they spent just 10 minutes in a supervised group playtime interacting with guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs. Interesting choice.
Well, beyond the immediate calming effect, these children also demonstrated better social interactions and were more genuinely engaged with their peers during the animal-assisted sessions.
Why guinea pigs or animals in general?
Researchers propose that animals offer this unique form of unconditional acceptance, a non-verbal connection, which can powerfully build a bridge for social interactions for children who might otherwise struggle to connect with others. It's subtle, yet incredibly powerful.
A bridge for social interaction. I like that. It's truly amazing how an animal can unlock that kind of critical social engagement so gently.
And the benefits extend to even very specific chronic health conditions. For youth living with chronic illnesses, like type 1 diabetes, caring for fish, believe it or not, actually help these teenagers better manage their own complex disease.
Caring for fish helped with diabetes management. How?
The consistent routine, feeding the fish, diligently checking the water levels for their well-being. It served as a tangible, daily, and highly effective reminder for the teens to check their own blood sugar levels and consistently take their medication.
Wow, that's clever. A direct correlation.
Exactly, and it led to demonstrable improvements in their glycemic control. It's a brilliant example of translating responsibility for another living being into better self-care.
That is brilliant. Are there similar examples with other conditions?
Yes, a strikingly similar positive ripple effect was observed with Alzheimer's patients. Those who ate meals in a room equipped with a calming fish tank actually consumed more food.
That's often a big issue in Alzheimer's, right? Appetite loss.
It is. And they required less supplemental nutrition, a significant clinical outcome. They also exhibited fewer behavioral issues, often associated with sundown syndrome.
Sundown syndrome. That's the increased agitation in the evening.
Yes, that challenging increase in confusion, agitation, or restlessness that some Alzheimer's patients experience as evening approaches. The peaceful, rhythmic presence of the fish clearly had a profound and measurable therapeutic effect, providing a sense of calm and focus.
Given all this compelling evidence, it's really no surprise that animal-assisted therapy, AAT, is becoming more formalized and integrated into mainstream healthcare.
Absolutely. Licensed therapists are now actively working directly alongside animals, most commonly trained dogs, but increasingly other species too. They use them to help patients build trust, reduce resistance, and develop effective coping strategies for a whole range of conditions, from clinical depression to autism.
And we see therapy dogs in hospitals and nursing homes more often now.
Routinely. Brought into these often stressful environments, specifically to reduce patient stress and anxiety, they embody mindfulness almost innately, don't they? Through their calm attention, clear intention, compassion, and unwavering awareness.
The professionalization of this field is also growing, isn't it?
It is. That's highlighted by the emergence of organizations like the Association of Animal-Assisted Intervention Professionals, or AAAIP.
Yeah.
They actually formed just recently in 2023.
What do they do?
They play a vital role by providing comprehensive training and certification for a diverse range of professionals: school counselors, psychologists, social workers, occupational therapists. Their goal is to enable these professionals to safely, ethically, and effectively integrate animals into their therapy practices.
So it's becoming a recognized specialty.
It's a clear and undeniable indicator that animal-assisted interventions are gaining substantial traction, becoming an increasingly accepted and integral part of mainstream mental health care.
Okay, let's unpack this even further then, because the mental health magic we're talking about, it isn't exclusively limited to just dogs or cats, right?
Absolutely not. While these beloved companions often steal the spotlight, and they're certainly the most common, the profound benefits truly extend to a much broader and more diverse spectrum of animal helpers.
So different animals offer different things.
Exactly. Different animals, surprisingly, offer remarkably unique therapeutic benefits, potentially tailored to different needs and preferences.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Okay, well, birds, for instance.
Right.
With their vibrant colors and songs, they provide not only visual stimulation, but also social interaction. Their chirping and movements can be incredibly stimulating and uplifting, particularly for individuals with limited mobility or those experiencing social isolation.
Okay. Birds. What else?
Rabbits. They offer a different kind of comfort. Their gentle, quiet nature and soft fur make them pretty ideal for promoting a profound sense of calm and tactile comfort through petting and holding.
Right. Very calming creatures.
And then there are fish, as we mentioned with the Alzheimer's patients. Simply observing them swim in an aquarium has been consistently shown to significantly reduce anxiety levels and lower blood pressure. The mesmerizing rhythmic movement, it can induce a profound feeling of calmness, even a meditative state, providing a tranquil escape.
And it's important to emphasize, I think, that you don't necessarily need to own these animals to experience their benefits, right?
Crucial point. There are some truly surprising and incredibly impactful examples of animal connection happening in communities all around us outside of traditional ownership.
Like those miniature horses visiting nursing homes. I've seen videos. They're amazing.
Aren't they? They bring immense joy, wonder, a touch of unexpected delight to residents. Or imagine therapy chickens in classrooms.
Therapy chickens.
Really?
Yes, offering a unique hands-on learning experience that simultaneously calms and engages children, fostering empathy and responsibility. And of course, the classic de-stress with dogs days on college campuses, helping students cope with intense exam jitters through a moment of furry comfort.
Those are great examples of accessibility.
They are. These initiatives are incredibly creative and provide highly accessible ways for people to experience the profound benefits of animal connection without the long-term responsibilities of ownership. We're even seeing innovative community programs like specialized rabbit yoga classes. Rabbit yoga? Okay, now I've heard everything.
Where participants engage in gentle stretching alongside calm companion rabbits, and community farms specifically designed to change how people experience animal interaction, broadening the scope beyond traditional pets. These programs foster a deeper, more mindful connection.
It really is a pet revolution, as you called it earlier. The mainstreaming of therapy animals is undeniable and seems to be accelerating.
It really does. From pediatric wards, comforting kids during difficult treatments, to college campuses, calming exam nerves, these creatures are increasingly recognized as essential tools in holistic mental health care, transcending their traditional roles.
And this societal embrace extends beyond just individual interactions, right? It's actually changing our physical environments.
This is permeating urban planning and public policy. We're now seeing a concerted effort by cities to evolve their infrastructure. More accessible dog parks, pet-friendly transit systems, making it easier to integrate companions into daily life.
And housing policies.
Exactly. Apartment complexes are increasingly recognizing pets not just as, allowed, but as integral family members, reflected in more flexible and accommodating pet policies. This signifies a fundamental shift from mere tolerance to active integration.
It's also really evident in how mental health awareness campaigns often feature pets now, underscoring their role in societal well-being.
Definitely. But perhaps the biggest and most undeniable catalyst for this pervasive societal shift was the recent global experience we all shared.
You mean the pandemic?
If we truly connect this to the bigger picture, the COVID-19 pandemic undeniably deepened and transformed the human-pet relationship in profound ways. During those long lockdowns, pets became literal lifelines for millions.
I know mine was.
They offered unparalleled consistency, unwavering companionship, and a profound sense of calm amidst widespread chaos, uncertainty, and social isolation. For many, their pets were the most consistent and comforting presence in a really unpredictable world.
Absolutely. And we saw adoption rates soar during that time, didn't we? Reflecting that desperate human need for connection and comfort.
We did. And since then, the pet care industry has experienced an unprecedented boom. There's a much stronger, more holistic emphasis now on emotional and overall wellness for both pets and their people, reflecting that deepened bond and the ingrained recognition of pets as essential family members and unwavering emotional anchors, vital for our resilience and happiness.
Okay, so while the benefits are overwhelming and clear, and we've explored them in depth, this raises an important question for a balanced view.
Yeah.
What about the challenges, the responsibilities that come with pet ownership? Because it's not always easy.
That's a crucial point to address directly. While pets unequivocally bring profound healing and joy, it's equally important to acknowledge the very real practical hurdles and commitments involved.
Like affordability, that seems like a big one.
One of the biggest and often underestimated challenges is affordability. Yes. Vet bills, specialized food, training, pet insurance. It can all be incredibly steep. Routine preventative care alone can easily cost hundreds annually. But an unexpected emergency or a chronic illness, that can quickly escalate into thousands. It's a significant financial commitment.
But there is help available sometimes, right?
Fortunately, yes. A growing number of nonprofit programs and community shelters are increasingly stepping up to help mitigate these costs through subsidies, low-cost clinics, and pet food banks.
Okay, what about housing?
Another common and significant challenge. Finding suitable housing, particularly pet-friendly rentals, remains surprisingly limited in many areas. It creates substantial barriers for prospective owners, and of course, allergies.
Right, allergies are a big one.
Not everyone can safely or comfortably live with animals due to severe allergies. And it's important to clarify, while early exposure to pets may help protect young children from developing certain allergies and asthma, for those who are already allergic, prolonged interaction can indeed do more harm than good, triggering significant health issues.
So for those people, alternatives are key.
Exactly. Alternatives like pet cafes or community animal programs where you can interact without permanent ownership offer invaluable accessible ways to connect.
And then there's the fundamental responsibility aspect.
Yes, it needs to be unequivocally stressed that pets are not accessories or temporary interests. Education campaigns are now rightfully emphasizing the truly long-term commitment involved.
Which involves?
Significant time, emotional energy, financial resources, and dedicated care, often spanning over a decade or more, depending on the animal. Animal welfare laws have also been progressively strengthened, reflecting this increased recognition of pets as sentient beings with their own needs and rights.
And we need to be mindful of the pet's well-being too, their stress levels.
Critically important. Animals, just like us, can feel stressed, anxious, and fatigued. Recognizing the subtle signs of stress in your pet, maybe panting when not hot tucked tail, avoiding interaction, and knowing when not to approach, allowing them space and rest, is a crucial part of responsible, empathetic pet ownership.
This responsible approach also extends to health risks, doesn't it? Germs and things like that.
Yes. While generally safe, it's vital to acknowledge that animals may, at times, expose people to certain germs. And it's especially important to be aware that certain groups, particularly young children, pregnant women, and individuals with weakened immune systems, may be at a greater risk for adverse health outcomes. The NIH, through its research, outlines specific and vital precautions.
What kind of precautions are we talking about?
Basic but crucial hygiene. Always practice thorough hand washing with soap and water after any contact with animals, their food, or their waste. Ensure your pet is kept clean, is regularly vaccinated, and receives appropriate preventative care like flea and tick treatment.
And supervising kids.
Always supervise young children when they're interacting with animals. Teach them appropriate boundaries, gentle handling, and prevent rough play. And critically, prevent young children from kissing pets or putting their hands in their mouths after touching animals. They're just more likely to inadvertently ingest germs.
And there's a specific risk for pregnant women, right? With cats.
Yes, toxoplasmosis. It's extremely important for pregnant women to avoid changing cat litter boxes due to the risk of this parasitic disease spread through infected cat feces. It can cause serious problems during pregnancy. Someone else in the household should handle that chore, if possible.
Okay, good to know. Is research looking into these safety aspects too?
It is. It's a serious consideration, and ongoing research is committed to ensuring safety for both humans and animals. For instance, a current NIH study is actively testing children's hands after therapeutic dog visits in hospitals for potentially dangerous germ levels. It shows the scientific community's commitment to making sure these beneficial interactions are as safe as possible.
And dog bite prevention is obviously important too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially for young children who may not instinctively know appropriate boundaries or understand a dog's body language growling stiffening up. It's all about mutual respect, education, and understanding to ensure positive interactions for everyone involved.
So, given everything we've meticulously discussed today, where is this fascinating field of human-animal interaction heading? What's next for the research and practice? It's clearly not static.
Not at all. It's incredibly vibrant and ongoing, that long-standing NIH and Mars partnership. It continues its profound exploration into the wide range of physical and mental health benefits offered by different animal species.
Still trying to understand the how.
Exactly. The core objective is to understand not just what the benefits are, but to delve deeper into the subjective quality of the relationship. How does that profound connection translate into measurable health outcomes?
And are they looking at different populations?
Yes, and what's truly fascinating, and speaks to the expanding scope, is newer research like the Minority Pet Owner Health Project, or MPOH. This project is specifically investigating whether pet ownership is associated with improved health outcomes for racial and ethnic minority pet owners, really addressing health equity and disparities within the human-animal bond context.
That's incredibly important work.
It is. And governments are also increasingly recognizing this, investing more in both research and infrastructure to actively support the mental health benefits of animals.
What about technology? Is that playing a role?
Definitely. We're seeing truly exciting advancements in pet tech that are enhancing the human-animal bond. Smart collars, for instance, are becoming increasingly sophisticated.
What can they track now?
Mood indicators, movement patterns, sleep quality, overall wellness metrics. This wealth of data helps owners better understand and care for their animals, and in turn, better care for themselves. It fosters that powerful two-way bond based on informed well-being.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think, touching on the cutting edge. Digital pet therapy. What is that?
Right. Virtual pets and AI companions are increasingly being deployed and utilized in settings where live animals aren't feasible. Think elder care homes, hospitals with strict hygiene protocols, even tech-forward cities exploring new wellness solutions.
So like a Tamagotchi, but therapeutic.
Sort of, but much more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Imagine an elderly resident in a care home who can't have a live pet due to allergies or mobility issues. They could interact with a surprisingly realistic virtual dog or cat on a tablet.
How would that work?
This digital companion might respond to their touch with simulated purrs or barks. It could gently prompt them with guided breathing exercises inspired by animal behavior, or even snore softly in the background to encourage mindfulness and relaxation. It provides this unique blend of companionship and therapeutic intervention, a valuable alternative.
That's fascinating. And looking ahead more broadly,
We can confidently foresee a future where therapy animal pop-ups become much more common and integrated into public spaces, like bustling malls, stressful airports, busy hospitals.
just a designated spot to pet a dog for a few minutes.
Exactly. This widespread integration would further normalize and seamlessly weave human-animal interaction into our daily lives, making these profoundly calming and beneficial experiences more accessible to everyone, not just pet owners. This isn't just a trend. It feels like a societal evolution, recognizing the power of this bond.
It signifies a growing, sophisticated understanding that the human-animal bond isn't just a personal preference or a private joy, but a truly valuable public health asset, deserving of investment and integration.
Well said.
So after this incredibly detailed deep dive, what does all this mean for you, our listener? Especially if you maybe don't own a pet or choose not to for whatever reason.
Well, the genuinely good news is that you absolutely unequivocally don't need to own a pet to reap the many rewards and profound benefits of animal companionship.
That's key. So how can people connect without owning?
There are so many accessible and meaningful ways. You could consider volunteering your time at a local animal shelter. You'll get to interact with many different animals who desperately need care, attention, and affection.
That's a great way to give back, too.
Absolutely. Or perhaps offer to foster an animal temporarily for a shelter, providing a crucial bridge to their forever home. Or simply pet sit for friends and family when they're away. These opportunities provide meaningful, direct interaction without the long-term commitment and financial responsibilities.
And for more casual interaction.
You can visit animal cafes, which are popping up in many cities, or explore therapy zoos and community farms. Many communities also have wonderful programs that regularly bring therapy animals to public spaces, like libraries or universities, making these calming experiences available to a broader audience.
Even simpler.
Even simpler, you can use pet-inspired apps, maybe mindfulness apps that use animal sounds or imagery, or engage in mindfulness routines that draw on that calm presence animals inherently embody, just centering your day with their quiet wisdom.
Ultimately, as that insightful dogwithblog.in source beautifully put it sometimes, all it takes is a moment of calm, a quiet walk with a friendly dog, the soft rumble of a purr from a content cat, or even just a gentle nuzzle from any animal, to profoundly shift your mindset.
Exactly. The profound impact isn't always about ownership. It's truly about the connection itself, however brief or sustained it might be.
What an absolutely incredible deep dive into this truly profound and multifaceted human-animal bond. It's clearer than ever that pets are so much more than just companions or, lovable distractions.
So much more. They are powerful wellness partners, unwavering emotional anchors, and gentle, intuitive guides through life's countless challenges.
All backed by a compelling and ever-growing body of scientific evidence for their profound impact on our mental health.
Indeed. They provide consistent, unconditional support, love, and purpose that translates into tangible, measurable improvements in our emotional, social, and even physical well-being, enriching our lives in countless ways.
And as we close this deep dive, maybe take a moment to reflect on this thought, something to truly mull on. Healing can come on 4 legs, 2 wings, or even with just a simple, joyful wag of the tail.
Beautifully put.
We sincerely encourage you to reflect on your own experiences with animals. Consider how you might further embrace the human-animal bond in your own life, or perhaps support the wonderful programs that bring these incredible benefits to others in your community. Until next time, stay curious.